My name is Big Tex and I make videos. How y'all doing? I'm gonna do this, but I rarely ever do this. And I'm making a video response to this girl named GloZell. She did this video where she was performing on stage and she got booed off the stage. First of all, let me just say she's brave for even putting that on there. Maybe she thought, oh hell, if I don't put it on here, it's gonna be on here anyway. So she uploaded the video, and she was at this comedy jam or comedy function that Shaq put on, and she went on there and she did about, I would say, a good 3 minutes, 3, 4, 5 minutes, and got booed off stage. And first of all, I want to just say to GloZell, keep your head up. It's not the end of the world. You know, the best of them got booed. The best of them got told that they were never gonna make it, never good enough or nothing like that. I think Michael Jordan got cut from his high school basketball team, and I know for sure that Lauryn Hill, she got booed on the Apollo, and then you got I don't know if Luther Vandross, they told him he couldn't sing, but what was another good one that I had? It was somebody, can't really think about it right now. Destiny Child, they lost on Star Search, so it's not the end of the world. You could get booed or do bad and come back and be a huge star, so keep doing your comedy. But I think here's one of the things that you have to do. Even in the real world, I don't wear this hat and glasses all the time. I do stuff. I have got kind of booed, embarrassed before in my life. It was this one time in particular where I was doing some public speaking, right? And it was in front of a group of about 50 people. It's kind of like my first time. The lady that had invited me to speak, she invited me to speak because I was doing real good at my job and she wanted me to speak to her people. So I prepared and prepared and prepared and prepared, and I went, and in the middle of my presentation I got nervous. And this lady who had invited me, she saved me. She started asking me questions and got me back on track, and I got through it. There's been times that I've been playing, music, playing the piano, and I have bombed or singing and bombed in public. I think that's good for you. That lets you know you're human, and that lets you know that you gotta stay on point. You know what I'm saying? But I think here's the thing you gotta do. In your case, you have you're a comedian, and you don't do blue comedy. You don't curse in your act, and you try to keep it clean. But sometimes you're gonna get in front of people that do like that kind of stuff. So you gotta have a bunch of different sets, for different people. Even I do this with my music, I gotta look at the audience. I look at the person that went before me, see what they did, and I arrange my show according to how the audience is. So if you have a if you have a show in front of an audience that likes blue comedy and you don't do that, you gotta have a snappy set. You gotta be sharp. You gotta hit them. You gotta hit them. It can't be blue, but it gotta almost damn near be blue. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get tight. You gotta have a routine that works everywhere. And that be your go-to routine when you're in front of that audience. And then when you're in front of another audience of old ladies, then you could do your YouTube stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit of advice. But here's one of the other things that I want to say. And I know I don't want to make this video too long, but here's the thing. Just because let's say, people like you on YouTube, doesn't mean you're good, right? And here's what I mean by that. Just because, you got a lot of people on YouTube that say, oh, I like your singing, or I like your songs, or I like your comedy, or I like your skits, it doesn't necessarily translate into the real world. Because the real world out there, excuse me, you gotta pay some hell of a dues. You gotta pay your dues. You could have millions and hundreds of thousands of fans on YouTube that say, you're great, you're good, I like what you do, can't live without you, you're the greatest thing since sliced bread and all that. But then in the real world, you get a reality check, and that's just the way it is. I think a lot of these people that's on here that think I'm a great singer, I'm a great rapper, I'm a great artist, I'm a great musician, when they get in the real world, it's a reality check. YouTube, I think YouTube is like a whole bunch of your family members saying, hey, that's a great job. Hey, you did good. Hey, I like you. Hey, hey, hey. And it's a lot of 13-year-old kids that like you. And a lot of people say the haters, the haters. But if you read those hater comments, even though they're bad, some of them are outrageous, some of them are totally off point. If you look into some of those haters' comments, they will sit there and tell you the 100% truth, even if you don't want to hear it. So that's all I really want to say about that is, just because you're good on YouTube doesn't necessarily mean it's going to translate into the real world. You still got to pay your dues. You got to get out there and pay your dues. And I know it's good to be on here and be good to be putting out stuff and all that stuff like that, but you still got to work in the real world too. So you got to get on your grizzy out there in the real world and make this damn thing happen. And I don't know where all that came from. I just want to say it. But GloZell, keep your head up. Keep doing your thing. Don't quit. And all you people that think you're just great at sliced bread on YouTube, you might get a reality check, because YouTube is like all your family members, and when you get in the real world, it's a whole audience full of goddamn Simon Cowles. It's your boy Big Tex, and I'm out. Peace.